What is up, friends? It's your boy Millzy back with Hometown Commander, and with me as always is...
your boy Mikey! Brr, 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 brr.
We are back for another episode of Hometown Commander Brews. Hashtag, actually it's Head Brews. That's my bad, because...
we are a little off today, guys.
One of us was not prepared.
Well, I wonder who that could have been.
Yeah, we're not pointing out to anybody in particular. Guys, today we... if you saw our episode last Friday, Mikey and I did some pre-release games together with some pre-release kits, and at the end of the episode, we decided that we were going to brew Rith dragons together. Rith Liberated for me.
No, I like that better.
Libertad
Primeval.
Naya dragons, baby.
Amazon Prime. That's what this is.
I've been cutting my teeth on dragons lately, brewing dragon lists, so I'm excited about this. Mikey.
Oh, I love dragons.
Seems to be not opposed either. So.
No, like I lost my brain. I pulled a stained glass foil Rith in the pre-release, which was really cool. I thought about it for a bit and was like, I guess I will build Naya dragons.
We gotta switch it over.
Oh, you gotta switch it over.
We need that vibe.
Wait, hang on. Show the go back to the...
We can pick the foil, but it won't show
Dang,
any difference.
Dude, I can sell that right now?
It didn't show any difference right here. Well, it is, remember, at the time of recording this, the set isn't released yet.
Oh, that's a good point.
So price is still haven't fixed. All right, Mikey, Naya dragons. I'm stoked about this. I mean, I already have like 19 dragons I can add to this deck.
I want to add the first one first, but okay.
But we gotta ask the question, what's our strategy? What are we trying to do?
You're gonna go to Hometown Commander, or excuse me.
You're gonna go to rogueenergy.com, use the code Hometown, get 10% off? Is that what we're saying?
Yes!
Okay.
You're gonna go to
rogueenergy.com.
Go to rogueenergy.com / this episode's toilet. No. Go to rogueenergy.com. Use code HOMETOWN, all one word, all caps, to get 10% off your entire order.
So I think
get you some great energy.
At the end of the day, we're playing mid-range dragons, probably. I mean, that's really in all reality what we have. I mean, I will happily include as much of my Miram game plan as you'll let me.
No, you're not allowed.
But I really think that I think that really where we need to start with is things like Rhythm of the Wild. Give our dragons haste.
That's fine. Yeah.
I think we need to utilize things like the henge.
What is happening right now?
Whether or not we use sneak attack or not is up to you, but I really think we should use things like Molten Echoes.
Yeah, Molten Echoes is pretty good.
And maybe like Flame Shadow Conjuring. These are both enchantments that when a dragon comes in, we can... Molten Echoes will just do it for free. For Flame Shadow Conjuring, we can play a red. And we make an extra copy, and we get rid of it at the end step.
So you want to copy the dragons? You want to get as many out there as we possibly can?
Well, yeah,
Well, no, I'm just asking.
I think these are kind of auto includes. Well, Molten Echoes is to me. I don't know that Flame Shadow Conjuring is. Only because we're already paying the mana for the dragons anyway. I like this style of playing the dragon down, getting the copy, attacking with that copy, but leaving the regular one back to block or getting value with.
So here's the thing: is if we look at Rith as a commander, I like your idea actually, but I just want to kind of break it down just a bit.
Well, the dragons have ward too.
Well, I'm looking at the second part.
Beginning your end step, if a creature or opponent controlled, planeswalker and opponent controls was dealt excess damage this turn, get a 4/4. This isn't only once.
No,
we cannot.
Well, this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, with the token that we're getting off of those two cards, if they are able to do that excess damage, then we're getting value off of them before because they do go away at the end of the turn. Is that correct?
Yeah, they both will exile at the beginning of the next end step. Now, the thing that we could do with this, if we're going to go this route, we could put in a Phyrexian tower, or we could Phyrexian tower,
yes,
Phyrexian altar, or we could put in a Ashnod's altar, and we could sack those tokens before they leave.
Yeah.
And we can net value like that way. Or
we could. But what I'm really getting at is, like, we'll just get another 4/4 if they're able to do the damage that we want them to do. And
the only bad part about Rith is we would only get one. Like, no matter how many creatures deal excess damage, we only get the one. Because it says at the beginning of the end step, if a creature or planeswalker.
Yeah.
Not for each.
Dang. That's true. Okay.
So that's why I kind of don't mind this strategy. It allows us to point it a little bit better at our opponents. Because here's the thing, we're gonna mine value off whatever dragons we pick.
I mean, they're dragons.
We're in Naya too, so we get all of that treasure fun as well. We'll get there in a second. But what I like about this is, for our legendary dragons, we do need to consider: do we play, mirror box or that kind of thing, or are we okay with letting the legendary dragons not get us a token?
Yeah, the legendary dragons are fine. We're not worried about it too much.
So I think the best way to start is going to be starting with dragons. I'd love to start with ramp and lands, but to be honest, I think we're going to have to curb how many dragons we put in anyway.
Atarka Worldbringer.
Well, yeah.
I just wanted to say it.
So we get Atarka Worldbringer. Obviously,
No, I've done my job. I'm leaving now. You got it from here.
We're gonna put in good old gold span. You know what? I'm really excited to see if we can play. Can we play some Ancient Dragons?
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, we want to play Copper, but see, this is the reason why I like the Molten Echoes Flame Shadow game plan is we can dump these down, and the token will get their ability.
Yeah, might as well.
So we can play the Bronze and the Copper, or Bronze and the Gold, sorry.
Yeah.
And with this game plan, we can get
the good.
These the turn they come down. Now, we also have plenty of other ways to give our dragons haste. Right?
Yeah.
But we could even get these twice.
Yeah.
Because, we're playing things like, what is that? Sarkhan's Triumph is the Dragon's Tempest. That's what it is. We're playing things like Dragon's Tempest, which is going to... Am I thinking of the wrong card?
Dragon Tempest?
Is it just Dragon Tempest? It is just Dragon Tempest. That comes in and gives all our creatures haste and has them deal damage when they come in. We're obviously going to want to play things like Terror of the Peaks.
I mean, that's a card.
And Scourge of Valkis, which do the exact same thing. They're going to have our dragons deal damage when they come in. We want as many of these as we can, because that's what's going to end up pushing us forward to deal good damage. Now, we can take advantage of the Naya side with something like Mirari's Wake, since all of our dragons are going to be kind of expensive. I feel like Mirari's Wake is going to do us a lot of good.
Yeah. I mean, it helps, and it pushes our creatures to be stronger, for sure.
We get access to cool things like Dragon's Horde, if we want that, an artifact that, we can tap to draw a card.
Yeah.
I love the...
I was going to say, do we want to run any of the orbs?
I love the orbs. Probably the Orb of Dragonkind for sure, because it lets us go and search up the top. And then let's think. I like the Jade Orb because it gives it hexproof.
Yeah, that's always nice.
And I also like the Red Orb because it gives it haste.
Yeah.
Now, we can't use the Blue Orb, obviously. There is a Blue Orb, right?
Yeah, there was a orb for each of them, I believe. I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm crazy. Oh, wait, go back. Nope, I'm crazy.
That was like Lapis Orb or something, but... Oh, we can't see it because it's not in our color identity. hey, shot to Marksfield. Anyway, yeah, we can't see it because it's not in our color identity. But I like both of those. All right, Mikey, so we can fill out ramp if we want. We can fill out more support. So why don't we fill out the ramp a little more? Obviously, we're playing Farseek.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to play our Forest ramp package. We're going to play Nature's Lore. We're going to play 3 visits. I think we have a lot of good to play things like Rampant Growth. We're going to probably end up having a couple basics.
I feel like ramp cards are unnecessary. I don't know what to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, they're so unnecessary. What ramp card am I missing?
Farseek, Rampant Growth, Nature's Lore.
The big 2-mana ones, the one that go get Forest.
Yeah.
Literally trash. You're trash, kid. What? Anyway, we'll come back to it. Okay. Let's go with the dragons more, because I have those off the top of my head.
As I say, yeah.
The one that I'm excited that we can actually play in this deck that I have yet to play in a single deck is Adult Gold Dragon.
Same here, man.
That card seems really good. 4/3 flying, lifelink, haste. We don't have a ton of lifelink in this deck anyway, so we can take it. We're going to play everyone's favorite green dragon, mono green dragon. Old Nava.
What a good time.
Inferno of the Star Mounts seems very good, especially in a deck where we're trying to deal damage. Icing Death doesn't seem as good.
I think death just doesn't seem good at all, but that's just my terrible opinion.
So let's think back to Tarkir. Are there any other Tarkir dragons? Dromoka? Does Dromoka see a play in this list?
Yeah.
Dragonlord Dromoka prevents spells from being played on our turn. That seems pretty good. And the other one has Bolster too.
Yes. Could you imagine bolstering any dragon?
Whenever a dragon you control attacks, Bolster 2. So it's not even...
Yeah.
It's every time a dragon attacks.
Yes.
Yeah, that seems pretty decent. Is Dromoka's command going to do anything here? It's actually not terrible, but we can come back to that later. So we have the Dromokas. I'm trying to section this off in my head of trying to think of like dragons in... I just have so many dragons coming to my head. Like we have a Wrathful Red Dragon, which just came out in CLB. I feel like now I'm just going to blank on every dragon.
Good job.
And people are going to be like, you loser.
Do you want Klauth?
I would love Klauth. I think Klauth helps us a ton. I would also like Dragonborn Champion. Mm-hmm. Because Dragonborn Champion will draw us cards for dealing damage. Do
you want Dragon Lord Atarka? No, it only just drops down and comes in as a does 5 damage. It divided as you could choose, but it is an 8/8.
I don't. Okay. And the only reason is because it seems a little expensive for other dragons that we can get in that range. I agree. I know this is going to be kind of cheating, but I want to see what happens.
Will I put my own list in there? Yeah, I will definitely put it in my own list, but that's not the point.
I don't think the main dragon's not going to be good enough. I know that not every dragon has dragon in its name.
No, it's just something cheap.
Yeah. How do we feel about playing the dragon reducers, like Dragonlord's Serpent, Dragonlord's Servant?
I like... Oop, I hit my mic, I'm sorry. I like those just because it's like a little addition of ramp, and maybe even like something that people would want to remove. I don't know why, but it's like, I don't know, something I like.
Don't know if I've ever seen that card before.
Which one?
The Kargan Dragonlord. It's not a dragon. Okay, I mean, I understand why they're important, but I've always kind of felt that focusing more on the ramp and everything on the way up. Oh, do we play Timeless Dragon?
Oh, we can.
We can plane cycle it to get a plains, and that would go get us any dual land. Or we can, and then we can eternalize it back from our graveyard. I think it's worth the ad for now.
Do we want to... Oh, I just missed it.
I'm blanking on so many dragons at the moment.
Oh, I love Shock Maw. Such a fun little card.
Well, okay, so let's... we got the AFR cycle, right? We got the new cycle.
Yeah.
So we want, like... I think Lathless would be pretty good. Making tokens. We're going to want to go wide. Right? We're going to want to go wide and get them Dragoons.
Yeah.
I'm just... All the dragons I can think of are not coming to my head. They're just like... They're not... This is terrible. I'm a mess. That's the best way to describe it. We got Thrakis, the Butcher. If we're going to bother to attack, we might as well do it well. Okay, let's come back to the dragons, because clearly my head is not in the right place.
What are you talking about? You're fine.
Any other ramp we want to play? Like, I guess, do we want to play like Kadama's Reach and Cultivate? Do we want to go a little bit harder into the basic lands?
I mean, no, you play Elvish Mystic.
Oh, God. Because I'm trying to think, honestly, I'm just like big stop blanking on a lot of these cards, which is funny because I talked a lot of crap before we started recording.
Yeah.
Talked a lot of crap. We probably want the Beast Within.
It's not a bad idea.
But the good thing is we can use like Path to Exile. We don't have to rely on... we can get the white removal, right? Because we don't have to rely on... We don't have to rely on Beast Within and Krosan Grip.
Oh, yeah,
we have all the white removal. We'll throw swords in there for now. I'm trying to think of red-white removal. I mean, I don't think this is a bad Boros Charm deck. We can at least throw it in there for now. We want the Flawless Maneuver. Do I just start dumping lands in? Mikey, I need your help. I'm like straight blanking.
Okay, here we go. Do you want to throw in like at sushi?
Ooh, there you go. That's cycle.
And
so we want at sushi for sure because we can take advantage of the treasures. I think we want. I can see the card, the green one.
Can't think of her name right either.
I could see it in my face.
Kira.
Is Ao the Dawn Sky?
Ao is probably not a bad whole thing here. Moxfield taking his wonderful time.
Is Ao good?
This
dice choose and look at the top 7. Put any number of non-land permanent cards with mana value 4 or less among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom. Put 2+1/+1 counters on each permanent you control. That's a creature or vehicle. It's actually not terrible.
No. Yeah, Kira was the green one. Of the Boundless Sky. Or the Boundless Sky. Kura.
Kura.
Yeah, that
guy. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that guy.
I feel like terribly straight bad that I can't think of all these off the top of my head.
Oh, you're good, man. It's dragons, dude. Do we... Never mind. I was about to say Palladia.
All right, so I'm going to start jumping in some lands. Maybe my brain will restart, and will not absolutely bin it.
Oh, you're going to. It's okay. Do you want Savage Ventmaw?
There's a question we need to answer, my friend, because I need to ask you the question. Do we want to end the game with an Ag Assault combo?
Yeah, we're playing dragons.
Because I would love to end the game with an Aggravated Assault combo.
I mean, might as well.
So if we add Aggravated Assault, we can add Savage Ventmaw. We can also add. Here, this'll get me somewhere. We'll Google Hellkite. That'll get me somewhere. We can include the where is it? Hellkite Charger, because that's one of the other, Aggravated Assault-esque effects. I don't mind. I think Uvar Hellkite's pretty good. When we attack, we get a token. I don't mind Thunder Maw when it comes in, deals 1 damage to each creature with flying your opponent's control, and they tap. That seems pretty good as a finisher.
Here's a card. Scale Lord Reckoner.
Yeah, the big thing here is we can play like the let's see. Whenever Dragon Control becomes target of spell or ability, destroy target non-land permanent that player controls. We can play the white one that gains you life when people cast spells.
Enduring Scale Lord. No, that's green white. Oh my god. Oh wait, you can still play that though. Enduring
right there.
Oh, it's Sunscourt Regent.
That's there you go. It just gets big and gains its life. I'm trying to think of all these white dragons that I never play. The big one's just Gold Dragon. I have every want to smack someone in the face with Ancient Gold Dragon. All right, I'm gonna keep rocking on the lands because that's easy to do.
I'm gonna keep looking at dumb cards.
We got Rockfall Vale.
This is what I was going to do with this deck. That's right. I was going to do a little bit of Atarka stuff, a little bit of Dramoka stuff, and I was going to be done with dragons, but give them counters.
I think that the counters are definitely a way to go for sure. I mean, I'm not opposed to them.
Enduring Scale Lord is a fun card.
All right, let's look it up. Enduring Scale Lord. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on a creature you control, you may put that many +1/+1 counters on Enduring Scale Lord. Yeah, I mean, I think we can definitely go the +1/+1 counters route. We definitely have all the things we'd need for it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, lands. We want Cavern of Souls to make our dragons
dumb,
potentially not counterable, right?
Yeah.
I don't mind playing a Secluded Courtyard to it taps for any color as long as we're tapping a dragon.
I hear Command Tower in Commander decks. Or
we have Haven of the Spirit Dragon, which is one of the big dragon lands.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Tarkir.
So we have Wooded Foothills.
Yeah.
We have Windswept Heath.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Arid Mesa.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what other land cycles do we want to play? I normally we're going to keep the basics. If we're going to keep Cultivate and Kadama's Reach, and we're going to play the basics, I want to play the check lands.
Yeah.
So Rootbound Crag, Sun Petal Grove, and then we have Clifftop Retreat. We're missing our commander lands, so we got Spire Garden. We've got Bountiful Promenade. And then we have Spectator Seating. With this much spread of colors, I like the filter lands.
Yeah.
So that's Firelit. That's Wooded Bastion. And that's, I can see it. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Rugged Prairie.
That one's not me, man. You got the filter lands down. I play Pathways.
Okay. Do we want to play like Urza Saga? Are we going for like... So we have Soul Ring, obviously. Are we going to play like the Crypt? Or are we going to play any other cheap artifacts?
I don't think we have to. I mean...
So we don't necessarily need Saga then.
No. Another dragon. Because you know dragons.
Because dragons are good.
Thunderbreak Regent.
Yeah, that when they target our...
I'm thinking, yeah. I mean, our commander's giving our dragons Ward 2. Might as well punish them even more for wanting to target one of our dragons.
Yeah, the good part there is stuff like Tear the Peaks and have that other little ward as well. Have a damage as a ward as well. Yeah, for sure. Okay, we'll add like 2 forest, 2 plains, and 2 mountains for now. We can, like I said, we can adjust those basic counts later once we see how our permanents are shaping up. Can we think of any other land cycles that we really care about? I kind of like Plaza of Heroes, you know, since we're in the new set now. Yeah. We have our new land. Shock lands, check lands. I'm like blanking. We have our shock lands, we have our fetch lands.
I think we're good.
We have the check lands, we have the Innistrad lands, we have the filter lands.
Oh, never mind. I see that. Never mind.
We can always go up another basic, and we can just kind of, you know, we can kind of mess with it later if we find another land that we really like.
Yeah.
We gotta be missing something here.
How many instant and sorceries do we have?
We have 12 at the moment.
Oh my gosh! Why do we have 6, 6, 6, and 6?
That's just the way it's worked out.
That's wonderful.
Because didn't you know that Naya is the number of the beast? No.
So I was actually going to just make another wonderful contribution. I was going to suggest Telemachus, but only because he's just dumb.
Oh, yeah. Hey, he's in our colors. Question becomes, what can we cast off of it?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, what can we do here with this?
Rith is 5. I was gonna say Majestic Genesis or whatever, but it's 5. Do we like Kindred Summons?
Kindred Summons is pretty good.
Because we have the Clouth. Oh, geez, what did I do? Oh, we don't know what that. Do we like Kindred? Because we have Clouth, right? So we could like Kindred Summons.
Yeah. Are we want do we want a big mana spell?
We want the I like Blasphemous Act because it also pairs with Restful Red Dragon, and it's also a really good board bite.
Yeah.
What were you thinking for big mana spells? Like, I think Jessica's Will probably is good, right?
Yeah.
Gets us forward on mana.
I was thinking the what is it?
I don't hate Crackle with Power. But it kind of seems like we only want it when we want Clouth out. You know what I mean? We can't. How would you play into +1/+1 counter strategy? Like, what are we missing that you would do?
With +1/+1 counter strategy, yes. I would do a bunch of enchantments or instants or just spells that will add to the mix of it. Because I mean, really, there's only a couple dragons that can help you with that. Obviously, you play like the Ozolith to kind of keep that rotating and whatnot. But with Rith gives a different strategy with it.
Do we want Doubling Season?
Oh.
Like Doubling Season and Annoying Procession?
Yeah.
Because if we're going to go this taking advantage of his ability at the end step. We want them, right? I think we kind of also want parallel lives, don't we?
Yeah.
And Doubling Season would help us on the Pulse encounters as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mikey, do you have any other ideas before we head over to EDH Rec?
Shivan Devastator was the big mana spell.
Yeah, the new one from Dominaria.
The Dominaria.
It's a big dragon. Oh, not Shivan Dragon. You're thinking of Shivan Devastator.
I did say Shivan Devastator.
Did I just type in Shivan Dragon?
You did. Destivator. Death Star.
Words are hard, guys.
English language sucks.
Okay. I could probably think of more, but I think I'm okay to let EDH Rec bail me out here.
EDH Rec, hell's out. What you got?
All right.
We play actual...
Delayed Blast Fireball. I see... Oh, Gainax.
Forgot about Gainax.
Because it's not non-token. Just whenever a dragon comes in, we get a treasure token. I think what we'll play the Rain of Riches to... The Rain of Riches to pair with it there. To pay off our treasures.
Yes.
All right, we got Jermoko, we got Atarka, we got Nature's Lore. I don't know that I love Tyrant Smoker, but I do love Drakaseth.
Drakaseth.
I do like Big Red Dragons.
A big red dragon in a dragon deck? Man, you crazy.
All right, let us continue.
Down this crazy adventure.
Return of the Wild Speaker. Now that's a
card.
That's a card that makes a lot of sense. Especially if we either cast it off of Velomachus or if we cast it off of Klaus mana. Note that it says all non-human creatures you control get +3/+3 until a turn. And shockingly, all of our dragons are non-human.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I forgot Garruk's Uprising.
Oh, yeah.
Garruk's Uprising and Elemental Bond. The cards that let us draw when creatures with power 4 or greater come in.
Yep.
So that's going to keep refilling our hand, keep us going. That makes a ton of sense. Rhythm of the Wild we got. I threw the Boros Charm in there. We can always take it out if we don't want it.
Yeah, it's a good card.
It just seems like a really good card. All right, getting into the dragons. I don't really like these, but if you want to put them in, we can.
I'm looking at something else, actually. What does this do?
So Furry's Regent fights.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, the card next to it.
Partner with Kavora, which is the one that makes the...
Oh, no. Just the last ability.
Dragons you can control have double strike. Well, we have Tarka for that.
Well, that's just a Tarka. Why not give more double strike?
What does she pair with?
The red dragon. I think you're right. Oh, it was right there. How great is that? Knights your team controls and flying in haste. We're not really worried about that. I was just worried about that.
Do we just play like... Do we just play like Berserker's Onslaught, or... I think it's harder to remove.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, like, Berserker's Onslaught's 5, but that's 3.
Kind of interested to see what
a double strike.
What do we have access to?
Enough. You're gonna get a lot of first
How
strike
bad
things,
is this gonna go? I'll put in double strike, so hopefully that...
Berserkers, Boros Charm.
Mostly looking for non-land, non-creature permanents. Ambercleave, but that doesn't really do what we want. Anything besides Berserker's Onslaught that can just give our whole entire board double strike? I know Terramount Velis does it when it comes in.
I mean, do you... How many tokens do you think we're going to be making?
How many tokens do I have?
How many creatures do you think we'll have on the board?
Enough, because I mean, Beastmaster.
Go. No. Go back. Go back. You're about to make yourself so happy. Go down a little bit. Don't miss it.
No, we can't.
Oh, okay. No jetty.
We gotta at least stay a little tribal.
I mean, it is. It's the only card that wouldn't be in the tribe.
Because my thought process here is, you go for like Beastmaster, because we're already in the air. Oh, okay. We're just not typing. Go for the Beastmaster Ascension.
Yeah.
I'm I'm really surprised. Like, okay, let's keep going here. Any creatures we forgot? Ryose's not a bad idea. We got the Ventma. Got the Gold Dragon. We got the Hellcat Charger. We got Gnawbone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Thunder Growth doesn't seem like a terrible idea, but I'd much rather play something like this over this.
Yeah.
Just because this and Beast Within just hit more. And we're in that combination where our removal is kind of limited as far as what we have.
I like the Heroic Intervention.
Oh, yeah, that was the one that I didn't hit. I hit the Flawless Maneuver, but yeah, of course we want Heroic Intervention. We have the Sarkhan's Triumph. I guess you
already typed that in.
Well, we probably want the Adomri's Call as well.
I don't know what you're talking about. That card's terrible. Just kidding. What's the card we just talked about?
I do not remember.
The one...
Timely Reinforcements?
No. It's from Dominaria. That's all I remember.
To the Scryfall.
To the Scryfall. To the sets. To the greens. Because we're smart people who know cards. All of the cards. We know all of the cards.
We have never not known a card ever.
There it is.
Threats Undetected. That's the one.
That's a card, man. Look at that card. So good.
Go get a couple dragons, put them in our hand, and our dragons do sit pretty well across the different powers, so we should be able to get a good amount that way.
Say go get up to 4.
Yeah,
okay.
up to 4.
Just making sure it didn't say go get straight up 4 or none.
I don't mind Rishkar's expertise. I'm not sure on that one.
6 for it, though. Mm.
Do we play Herald's Horn?
I don't know. Do we?
Do we play Tithe?
I don't know. Do we?
I guess my question in this case is Herald's Horn worth the slot over something else?
Do we want to play any of the
Would love like
Tarkir enchantments, like the sieges?
What sieges do we have access to?
Citadel Siege does counters.
Beginning of combat, put 2 counters, or beginning of each combat on an opponent's turn, tap a card down. 2 green, or whenever a creature with flying comes in, we have it fight. Or beginning, and we can flip 1 over, and whenever it leaves the battlefield, it deals 1.
I like the fight because it engages Rith's second
I think Frontier
ability.
Siege does more for us than the other 2.
Yeah, I agree. Because it definitely engages Rith's ability.
I know a lot of people don't like Sullen Library, but I like it. I think it gives us a little bit of a bonus. I don't like Dryden Cultist. I know why you would play it, and it makes sense in a deck where we build tokens. I just think it's overcosted.
Do we play the other one, the green one? Bahamut?
Oh, Bahamut?
Acolyte Bahamut?
The first commander creature, the first dragon. It only works when he's out, though. Question is, how often is he going to be out, and we get to use it?
That's a good point.
That's the only downside.
Yeah.
Beseiju wouldn't be a bad idea. The Tomb wouldn't be.
Do you have the Crucible of the Dragon? Spirit Dragon? It's a land.
Yeah, I don't. I put in Haven.
I think there's 3 of them, and I think I like all of them. I don't remember all 3 of them. Oh, Tomb of the Spirit Dragon. That's the.
So here you store it for later. Here you just get the color to get dragons.
Yeah. And
you can sack it to return a dragon back to your hand.
And then the last one is you gain a life, colorless creature.
Yeah, we're not going to have that many of them.
We're not playing Eldrazi. We're playing better things.
Mad Artifacts. Did I forget Arcane Signet?
You definitely did,
bud. What a guy.
Dude, you play Commander?
What a guy. Bonus points if anyone knows where that's from.
Cancelled.
Crypt. I don't really think we need the talismans. I think we're going to have a A-okay time. There would be an argument for Exotic Orchard, but I don't really want to go that route. I do like the Path of Ancestry route, though.
Yes. Do you have the Jungle Shrine? I mean, it's.
I just don't like Jungle Shrine.
Okay.
I don't like that cycle. Okay. What do you think?
I like it because it gives us another access to all 3 of our colors. But if you don't think it's worth it?
I would rather play the Reflecting Pool over it.
I mean, yeah.
Personally. We play Temple of the Dragon Queen?
Yeah. Card's pretty
Let's
good.
read this again. You may reveal a dragon from your hand. It enters the battlefield tapped unless you reveal a dragon this way or you control a dragon. There's a battlefield, choose a color. We only get one color, though. So I don't know that I love it.
Dang, I thought it was you can choose. Or you got...
I do like Reflecting Pool since we are in all three colors.
Yeah.
I do like the Reflecting Pool. We don't need to play like City of Brass or anything like that. But
nope. City of
okay, well that was Rith's page. I pulled up Palladium Moors not because I want to play her, but because she's another Naya Dragon commander, and I figured maybe it'll give us some...
Earthquake Dragon.
Oh yeah, casual Earthquake Dragon.
Card is pretty bonkers.
Especially considering we'll want to have so many dragons anyway.
Correct. Mundo. Dr. Mundo.
Dr. Mundo, shout out.
No Zinni.
So Palladium Moor is playing into a lot of other different things, and that's fine. I'm just basically looking to scan to see if I missed anything.
Yeah, just play Goreclaw. Always.
Yeah, we're trying to go tribal. Chaos Warp. Do we need Chaos Warp?
No, that card is bad. I don't care what anybody says. Card is bad.
Do we play the Enlightened Tutor? We do a bunch of things we care about. I could see the argument for it.
Yeah, I mean, you can even go get a Great Hinge with it, right?
You can, because it says Artifact or Enchantment.
So, I mean, if we want that, boom. Oh, Chroma's Will. So good.
I do like a Chroma's Will. I just worry that we're not going to have the slot for it.
It's fine. Just throw it in there anyway.
I keep coming back to Dramoka's Command, and I like it even more.
I mean, it is a good card. It's probably the best out of the...
For this deck, yeah.
Yeah, I like a Tarkus Command too, but I don't think it's good for this one.
Where's Cards Expertise? We need another board wipe.
Vanquish with Horde?
Yeah, and I was thinking Farewell as well. Since we're going to have...
I see what you did there.
Because I think we'll have enough mana most of the time. You know what I mean? We're going to be building our mana up pretty quickly. I think we're going to have the mana to use Farewell. The cool part about Farewell is we could technically exile everything but creatures with it. If we ever really came down to that. But
there's not a dragon one-sided board wipe in these color combos. Oh, no, man.
Unfortunately, Crux of Fate's in black.
Why did they make Crux of Fate in black? Why couldn't they make it in, like, anything else? Like, white would have been best.
Do we put Bear Umbra in for the Agasalt combo?
Yeah.
And it does technically protect our commander as well. That's another layer of protection.
Yay, as if Ward 2 wasn't enough.
We got Mirari's Wake, we got the Dragon Tempest. Got Elemental Bond, we got that. Do we want to play like Wild Growth or Utopia Sprawl?
Nah.
Okay.
Because we're not dumping into the enchantments itself.
We want to play Guardian Project. We're already playing Elemental Bond, which I think is better because when we make the tokens, we'll draw.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think it's that good here.
I'm really not seeing. I love the idea of Fire Emancipation, but
do we want to Darkstone mutate somebody just for fun?
For funsies. Okay. Are we missing anything? We have our game plan pretty much set in. We're playing.
We need more dragons.
Playing Dragon mid-range, more green and red than white. So I think we go down to 2 here.
Oh, yeah, you didn't need that. Okay, 35 sounds good.
I think that's plenty, especially since we're going to keep the Cultivate and the Kanama's Rage.
I like that a lot.
All right, so let's do them cuts. Hashtag do them cuts.
Okay.
Wow, that's tough. Maybe the Flame Shadow. Like, I like the Molten Echoes. I like both of them.
Yeah.
I just worry that maybe we have other value here. Because, like, the Anointed Procession, the Doubling Season, and the Parallel Lives all work with our commander. But they also work with this and this. Which is kind of why I want to keep them.
Then try to keep them. Let's try to...
Dragon Tempest we cannot cut.
No.
It literally helps our strategy. I think Rain of Riches is too good not to keep. Like, we could cascade into another dragon. This and this would both see it. Remember, these are not on cast.
Yeah.
These are on enter.
Right.
So that works with this.
Are
we too many cooks on the doubles? Do we have too many?
Yeah, maybe take out the parallel, the double. I would say the parallel.
Yeah, because the double actually does do counters as well. I like Mirari's Wake because it's going to double our mana. Is it Frontier Siege? But I like the fight.
I do like the fight.
I don't want to get rid of this because this draws. I don't want to get rid of this because this draws.
I like the fight because it just gives us the engage for our thingy. What's Sylvan Library do again?
You can draw extra at the start. I guess it's not necessary.
I mean, we got Garrick's Way.
We can toss it for now.
Elemental Bond.
All right, artifacts. I like the orbs, but
I think all of these are fine. I don't think we can cut. I think it's going to be cutting dragons, honestly.
Okay, we'll go.
How many dragons do we have, just for reference?
34. We'll get there.
Okay, goodness gracious.
Instance.
Get out of here, swords. Card is
we
bad.
cut the Triumph? Oh, man, I like Triumph. We have this. We have this.
Oh, I like Triumph.
We have Kindred Summons.
Okay, good. Okay. Oh, I love the Triumph, though. Get out of here.
Because Out Armory's Call is strictly better, and we could always play Worldly Tutor if we really wanted to, but...
No.
I have no idea what to cut. This is another piece of draw.
The Boros Charm. How do you feel about it?
I love it because it gives. I love it because it gives our permanents indestructible.
True.
And that's the main reason I love it.
True.
That is the reason I love it. I mean, it could give it could give one of our giant dragons a double strike.
So we have Flawless Maneuver and Heroic Intervention, which do the same.
We need them though. We're a creature deck, right?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm just making sure that we understand.
I mean, Flawless is hopefully going to be free, whereas Heroic and Boros will both be 2.
Yeah, okay, that's fine then.
Do we cut Generous Gift?
I was about to say, do we cut Generous or Beast Within?
And we keep Beast Within?
I was going to say, you're a green player. You're going to play.
Okay, sorceries. Do we cut a board white? No, I like the 3. We need the 3.
Mm-hmm. Do we cut one of the ramp spells, like Cultivator, Kadama?
We'll cut Kadama's Reach. I like the threats undetected here. I like we want the 2 mana ramp because it's going to be easier to get access to. And I like the 3 board wipes. They're going to cover most situations.
For sure.
I guess this is a stupid question. Are we playing Sarkhan? Fireblood?
Yeah.
He adds the 2 mana.
Yeah.
I just think he's going to be good. All right, so dragons. We need to cut 13 cards.
Oh.
And it does not mean we have to cut 13 dragons.
13, jeez.
34 seems like a lot of dragons. I feel like it could be like 27 and be fine, or 28, but I'm not saying that we have to.
Okay.
I think what we need to do is, which dragon is the worst?
I honestly don't like...
I honestly think we can cut the Timeless Dragon.
But it's ramp.
It is ramp.
And a dragon.
And
it's
it
ramp
comes back.
And a dragon. I don't like Atsushi. And I don't know. I feel like the 3 tokens, or 3 treasures, is just not that great unless you have...
The only reason... Nope, they exile. Never mind. I was going to say the only reason I'd like it is for Flame Shadow Conjuring and Molten Echoes, but I just realized they both exile. Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't get the death trigger. Does that change any of our other choices? Does that change the Dawn Sky? Does it change...
Kura.
I like Kura, but at the same time I don't. I love that it has Death Touch. Mm-hmm. But there are just better dragons in this list.
Yeah. I think Kura can go. I think AO can go too.
How hard are we on these ancient dragons? Like, I want to play all 3 of them.
I want to play them to play them. I don't know if I want to play them.
I also like the Gold Dragon. I like Atarka. I like here.
No, that top lane is gone.
This Dramoka to me is more important than this one.
Yeah, I mean, in this strategy, yes.
Drakaseth seems really good, although it could be... You could argue it could get cut because it doesn't fit into that, like, Molten Echoes, Flame Shadow Conjuring plan. Yeah. And there are a lot of dragons in this deck that do. So that would be an argument for Drakaseth. We cannot cut Earthquake Dragon. That thing is a monster. I guess Scale Lord could technically be cut because we aren't playing that much into the plus and plus encounters.
Right.
But and Gainax is a for sure. Goldspan is a for sure. Chargers for sure. Inferno of the Star Mounts is just good. Cloud, I like Lathless mainly because
we like at the Dragons.
Yeah, I like Gnawbone. I like Ventmaw. This I think I like a little bit better than Scale Lord.
Yeah, that's fine. Scale Lord can go.
Because at least this gives us like a mini Karmic Justice type effect.
Yeah.
I like Scourge of Valkus. I'm iffy on Shivan Devastator. I love Sunscorch Region, only because we can gain some life back. Terror of the Peaks seems really good. Thakkus, I guess I'm out. I'm in and out on. Thunderbreak Region seems good. I guess I'm half in then on the Hellkite.
My thing is like the Reckoner and the Thunderbreak Region is like both of them kind of give us a mini ward.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh, okay, target me, please, so I can do stuff to you. And that's kind of like fitting into that like mini commander thing.
Do we cut the Hellkite here? I love it as a way to get our flyers out of the way, but I feel like there's also just better dragons in this board.
It's only doing 1 damage to them though.
But it taps them down. That's the reason why it's
true.
good.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's better dragons on this board.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to destroy things or get them out of the way, you just.
I like Velomachus. We've put a couple good Velomachus things. This technically. A ramp, technically, we could hit with it. I think there's enough decent things that we could hit with it, especially like those heroic interventions and things like that. So I think that's there. I like the Wrathful Red Dragon because it's going to do more damage than we think it will. I guess you could argue Uvara Hellkite is pretty expensive. And if we're going to play a couple of these other, these couple white dragons, some of these traditional red dragons have to go. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Is it Drakaseth? It just feels like Drakaseth. Because it's only when it attacks. It's not when everything else attacks.
I think so, because it is just by himself.
Because I like these three, and the reason I like these three is if we Molten Echoes or Flame Shadow them in, and they hit, we still have the regular one.
I was about to say, and we do get it off of those 2 cards, but that's if we have those 2 cards.
The other thing that we need to think about here is these 2 plus this, and this get us double.
Yeah.
So it's like you would get an extra copy off Flame Shadow or Molten Echoes. The cool part is we only have to pay 1 red with Flame Shadow if we have either of these out to get 2. Whereas with Molten Echoes, we would just get it right away. Mm. So you got to think about we could actually get extra copies of the dragons that come in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just that we could only get 1. It's we could honestly even get 2. I like Clouth because it's going to push our permanents forward. It's going to allow us to play more of these in a turn.
Yeah.
It's going to... If we draw into... If we make 8 mana, we can play Mirari's Wake and something else. We can get these things down, which is what I like about Clouth. I feel like more often than not, we will end up wasting Clouth's mana, but...
That's fine.
I'm fine with that.
Mana burn's not a thing anymore.
Got 7 more cuts. Man, this is rough. This is rougher than I thought it was going to be.
I thought so too.
Do we cut the orb for the dragons? Do we cut this for the dragon's horde?
Both are so good.
This allows us to draw, though.
Yeah.
This allows us to just look at the top. I don't think we're going to have any problem with drawing.
Yeah. Might as well.
I don't want to cut this. I don't want to cut this. I don't want to cut this. I don't want to cut this, and I don't want to cut this. So it's like, it's a pretty obvious choice,
I said, I think
right?
the artifacts were fine. I think it was just everything else we were trying to figure out. I think
this seems good. This seems good. This seems good. Like what do you cut? Smothering Tithe? Do we cut the Rain of Riches?
Maybe the Tithe?
I don't want to cut Rain of Riches because we can actually cascade pretty easily with how many other token. We have 1, 2 other treasure producers. This makes me want to keep this, but how often are we going to see this?
Right. Throw it in the side for now, yeah.
Because this is better on its own because we get the treasures.
Yeah.
And then if we use the treasures to cast a Tarka, we're cascading into literally anything else in our deck. If we use it to cast one of these 3, we're cascading into almost the rest of our deck.
Yep. Earthquake Giant. Yay.
Remember, Cascade is you may cast it. So if we cascade into like a Blasphemous Act, it's not like we have to cast it.
Yep.
Is it Beastmaster Ascension? Do we need it?
No. Probably not. We're gonna be big. We're already playing
into this infinite combats thing with this and Hellkite Charger.
And we already have a couple of ways to get a couple of counters on some things, so that's fine. I think, yeah, the Beastmaster.
Because I think we're already playing into this. We don't really need the Beastmaster Ascension, right? We're gonna hit hard no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Does the tutor go?
No, it can't. I don't think it can. Not when this is what we're trying to go for.
Yeah, that's
this. You know, this.
That's a good point.
This, you know, this. I mean, this. I mean, like, all these enchantments are what we want, and so I don't want to cut this tutor at all. Also, because it goes and gets us 19 cards from our deck. It's a toolbox, right? Yeah. What do we need in the moment? Do we cut a board wipe?
That was gonna be my next question.
Because we're going pretty aggro at this. We're gonna play that mid range play. We're gonna die or we're not.
Then vanquish the horde.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I like Farewell better, and I like Blasphemous Act because Blasphemous Act goes with Wrath of a Red Dragon.
Yep, that combo has to go in. 3 cards. Golly.
Is it a land?
Do we go down to 34?
And the question is, what land?
I mean, it'd be a mountain.
They are pretty even. Do we go down to 1 plains?
What's our plains at? 20 something?
It's at 26%. We're playing a lot of dual sources.
Yeah, I think we'd be okay with 1.
Okay.
Okay, 2 cards. Oh man.
If my pick on the enchantments is Frontier Siege.
But I love the fight.
I'm not saying we cut it. I'm saying if we have to cut one, that's my pick.
Yeah, I like the fight.
My pick on the instance would be Boros Charm or Dramoka's Command. Everything else seems like it's really good. In fact, is it Dramoka's Command?
I think it is.
Oh, it hurts me. We are playing the Dramokas though. We did leave them in,
Yay,
so at least
Dramoka.
we get some of our Tarkir value.
Yay! What dragons?
Oh man.
This is tough.
For me,
is it the Shivan Devastator?
No, I actually like it because if we get Clouth and get a ton of mana.
Yeah.
Man, for me it's Bronze Dragon. Ancient Bronze Dragon. I just like it the least of the 3. I know the counters are really good. Believe me, I get it. But like, why is it my least favorite of all of these dragons? Like, I've already told you that I want to cut Timeless Dragon, but it still feels like a better value because we can eternalize it back.
I say I'm okay with that.
To me, it's Ancient Bronze or it's Utvara Hellkite because it is really expensive.
What Uvar is 6 or 7?
It's 8.
Oh my gosh!
You know what I mean.
6 6s out of it though. Oh my gosh!
And if it comes down, it does get doubled.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the argument would be: do we cut a legendary creature to prevent us from doing our strategy? But all the legendary creatures are great.
Yeah.
I don't want to cut Velomachus. I actually genuinely like it in this list. It's a little undercosted, but it does have haste, which is the good part about it.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
I don't want to cut this. It's a draw source.
Yeah.
I don't want to cut either of these because I genuinely think that they're really good. This will literally...
Oh, that's greatness right
This
there.
will literally protect us more than anything else.
Yeah. And little Dramoka will literally just build up.
I think it does a better job than this does.
I agree.
All right, so we're at 100. So let's go through our sideboard. What would we want to keep to test?
Oh my gosh!
I think I'm down to cut the Bronze Dragon.
Oh wow, we can cut that whole cycle.
I'd leave Beastmaster just in case you feel like you need it. I'm down to cut Drakaseth. I'm down to cut Kura.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down to cut the Orb because I doubt it'll come back in. Same thing with the Triumph.
The Vanquish the Horde will probably not come back in.
Neither will the Hellkite.
The Swords probably won't come back in.
So the Generous Gift would come back in if you need more removal. The Kadama's Reach would come back in if you need more ramp. Parallel Lives would come back in if you think you need more tokens. I don't even mind even being that. I mean, I don't see scenarios where like this or this come back in for specific things, but they could.
Yeah.
If you find yourself having struggle, I even think if you're playing a really heavy...
If you want to go treasures, you can go Smothering
This
Tide.
comes in.
If you want to play counters...
The Scale Lord comes in.
Yep. So
and
does
you could pick,
so does Dramoka's Command.
And you could pick like a red dragon to come out. You know, you could take Devastator out for the Scale Lord if you wanted to go more on the plus and counter side.
Doesn't it come in with counters? Or is it...
Oh.
I was like, wait a minute, hang on now. It's a Hydra.
I don't know what else to pick then. I was just trying to think, what could you pull out to put in more of the counters?
Just some expensive dragon that's just kind of like...
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
Utvara.
Yeah, that or maybe Laughless. Because this at least does it on attack. This does it on ETB.
I honestly, looking at this list, like, I like this strategy. This isn't the strategy I want to build with it. The strategy I want to build with it is, like, more counters focused.
I think it would be fun to see where your counters build goes.
But I still like this. I like the almost Miram style of this.
Well, I think this is more mid-range. Like, this is a mid-range dragons build. This isn't the Miram style. This is just taking advantage of what you're doing anyways. You know what I mean? Like, I think we're playing things that Miram would never play. Like, Miram would never... Well, of course, we don't have access to the Anointed Procession. But I think Miram can't take advantage of this Ag Assault as much as we can in these colors.
Yeah.
I think the difference here is we have to play more mid-range than Miram does because we have access to these counters things that are going to be good in the mid-range, right? These counters synergies are better in the mid-range.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that Miram taught us with Dragon decks was you need stuff like this to push the mid-range, this and this to push the mid-range advantage. Because eventually you have to close a game out.
Yeah. And I think...
Because remember, removal exists, board wipes exist.
Well, this is what I'm getting at, is like, the thing that I probably will build into this is, now that I think about it, and how Rith is working, and how, like, Rith should be working, is it'll probably be counters and fighting, because I want to engage her strategy as much as I can.
Yeah,
so I can get the 4/4.
I think I agree. I think this is definitely more what I would want from it.
Yeah. But I still like it. Not saying like, oh no, this is dumb.
So I guess what you need to do, Mikey, is go home, take the list, make it your own, and we'll fight at the table.
What's up, baby?
But that, friendos...
Let's get it on!
Wraps up our time with Rith Dragons. I like the list.
I like the list as well. I knew it was going to be simple because it was literally smash dragons into the face of the earth.
I'm willing to try the deck out and see how it works. I mean, I'm a sucker for a good Naya deck, so...
I mean, who doesn't love Naya?
I'm a literal sucker for a good Naya deck, so...
There's an issue with us, Millzy. We like the same color combinations.
The problem is I've been trying to get Flame Shadow Conjuring into Miram, and I could never fit it in there, so maybe this is my way of...
Dadgummit, just fit it in there.
Sometimes it doesn't fit, Mikey. Like, that's just... Oh, gosh, I'm sorry.
And with that, we're going to go.
Guys, that is all for this time. We will catch you guys next time.
See ya.